is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 127 of the STS Guys. I'm Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, it's Nate.
And I'm Scott.
We are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
Well, this week we have special guest Josh, prime2da1st. We've had him here once before, but he's back to join us again. So thank you for joining us, Josh.
Thanks for having me, guys.
He's willing to have another hour of torture listening to us talk.
Put me in the tiger's cage.
Nice.
You may remember Josh from episode 99 of the STS Guys Podcast. He makes the really cool 1/12 scale custom arcade cabinets. Nate's got one right there, plus some other cool props and stuff too. So yeah, we just wanted Josh to come on and kind of give us an update about what he's been working on, and just kind of hang out.
Yeah, for sure. Can't wait.
Yeah. Do we have it's been a week. I know we're still in quarantine here, guys. So it's not as eventful as it used to be.
I did some fishing. I pulled some weeds.
Wait. Okay, no.
I caught some butterflies.
Okay, wait. Now I know what you're talking about. I was like, go back. Larry went fishing?
Scott got really confused really fast.
I did, because I was like, there's no way Larry went to a fucking pond and was like casting. I know
crossing,
Larry.
baby.
I know Larry well enough to know that he ain't fished in real life. That was wait, what?
I just see him and his son, with some hairy shape and cats in the cradle.
Yeah. Cats in the cradle with the silver spoon. Yeah, no. That's it. Like this week, Larry and I have both been playing the hell out of some Animal Crossing, Doom, and Resident Evil 3 remake.
Yeah.
So, that too already, Scott? Resident Evil 3?
I got it. I've only played a little bit of it because, like the other one, it's more challenging than you would think. So it's one of those ones that gets you stressed out. So I'll play and then I'll get to a save point and be like, I think I'm done for a little bit. I'm going to go back to Animal Crossing and pick some weeds for a few hours.
I did a really good job in the RE2 remake, so I'm definitely going to be picking up RE3 at some point.
RE3 is very good. It is very different. It's very action focused versus the survival horror. Same with the way that the original RE3 was played out, right? It was more of a quick pace game. You always had Nemesis chasing you and everything. It starts out a little weird, but man, it hits it and just goes from there. So I do highly recommend it if you like the Resident Evil series or are a fan of the RE2 remake. This is a good addition to it.
Yeah, I feel like that's all I've been doing, is watching TV and playing Animal Crossing. How about you, Josh? What are you feeling your spare time since you can't go outside?
I've been playing Sniper Elite 4. It's a really old game, but me and a couple of my buddies, my brother, we do this huge 6-on-6 type of stuff.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that and one of my other friends has been trying to get me to download the Warzone. Call of Duty.
Yeah. I have a friend that's also been telling me I need to get that. I'm like, they don't ever put that shit on sale.
Like 98 gigs, so it's
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Nice. That's about the only way you can hang out with friends nowadays is through video games, unfortunately.
And live streams.
Yeah, that's true.
No cost, it's free. It's the Call of Duty, the free multiplayer thing.
Yep,
so.
It is. Oh yeah, the new change. And also, you guys probably next weekend won't see very much of me because the Final Fantasy VII remake drops next week, and that is going to take up most of my time for now on. Like that on Friday post, I'll be in a daze.
Did you already play the
demo?
The demo they have?
Yeah. Oh, I played that several times on several different modes to see which one I liked. I'm a very big fan. I'm digging it. It'll be a game changer for RPGs. I can tell you that.
All right. Also, have any of you guys played the Predator Hunting Ground game?
No.
Oh my god, it's like the biggest piece of dog shit in the entire.
That's yeah. So
well, you said Predator, and I didn't think it was going to be good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Like I can't. It looks like a maybe high-end PS2 game, maybe PS3 like early on game. Like the graphics are horrible, the play is horrible. Like it's bad.
I can tell you I've seen some like tech demos and things for that before it came out and like some gameplay things, and could have told you well in advance that was going to be a piece of shit. Like it's the action version of like the Jason Friday the 13th game, right? Like one versus many.
Yeah.
It's the gameplay is tired. The graphics look like shit. Like I don't know. I haven't even played it, but I'm already gonna dog on it. Like that's how bad it seems.
What are you playing this on?
It was an open beta on PS4.
PS4. That's too bad. You always want those Predator games to do well, and they never do.
They never do.
Yeah.
I had hesitations about it to begin with. I wanted it to be actually really, really good, but yeah, it was dog shit. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm like, screw this. I was playing it for like 20 minutes, got frustrated. I'm like, okay, I'm going back to Doom.
Yeah.
Doom is so good, man. I've been playing a lot of Doom Eternal. It's amazing. Really enjoying it.
Yeah. That it's it quite also what do you want to call it? Stressful though, where I'll play a little bit and then I have to be like, okay, I'm done with Doom for a little bit. My heart rate is too high. My heart's gonna explode at this game. I'm gonna have to take a minute and step aside.
Honestly, with Doom, like I said, it's the first game in a while that's maybe like sitting home like chuck my controller.
Oh yeah.
I upped it. So I'm like, you know, I automatically with the one very first start, I upped the difficulty on it, which was a mistake because I'm like, can't you go back and change it without losing all my progress? And so now I'm like stuck in this like higher difficulty.
Ooh.
And you can actually go change it without losing your progress. You can, yeah. One day afterwards in the menu, yeah, you can change it back down. Yeah. Have any of you guys have to fight a marauder yet in that?
No.
Yeah, that's the guys with like the two swords, right?
No, it's a dude. He has a shield and a shotgun and like a sword.
Yeah. He's like the Doomslayer type guy.
Yeah, so he's the one that if you shoot him, he puts up a shield and like blocks like every shot. I went through that fight several times. So the first one I met and was like, I'm done with this. Like once I killed him, I was like, I'm fucking done. Like I have to take a break. Like this is bad.
That's one thing I like about it, though. Yeah, it is stressful, and it's constantly throwing enemies in, like, you know, situations where you're just completely outnumbered all the time. But that's part of the fun. You have to kind of like inventory management. Like, how am I going to get health? How am I going to get ammo?
It literally makes you feel like a god, though, when you go through an encounter and you get through it without like dying or anything. You're like, yes, like I am all that is man.
That's true. It's really satisfying when you get through a level that you've died a few times on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, even the entry level difficulty, which has hurt me plenty, I think it's called. It's still pretty hard.
Yeah.
So
going through, I know we've been talking video games. Has anybody done anything not video game related while we've been stuck in quarantine?
Dude, it's quarantine.
Yeah. Especially considering, I think, Jeremy, your state already did this, or your city did this. We just did the whole lock in place or whatever it's called, like shelter in place order. Can we talk about the ridiculousness of the Arizona one that still let golf courses be open, by the way? Because those were apparently essential.
I did see that. And up until today, I guess, weren't like barbershops and like nail salons, they were open too, but the governor got so much flack that he decided that he needs to shut those down too.
Right. You mean in a virus that's mostly transmitted by touch and close contact, massage parlors could still be open? Like,
hey man, priorities. It's a stressful time.
Yeah, they shut down way early. They said in Texas. That was like 2 weeks ago. But no, I think what the crazy thing now though is, like I said, I passed a gas station today. Gas is $1.07.
Wow. Not here. It's still like $2.50 in Arizona. Yeah.
Well, it was like I filled up at Costco. It was like $1.99. But I'm not. I think it's so low because nobody's like driving here. $3? Oh shit!
Because Josh, you're out in California though, right? Yeah. So I mean, but that's still $3 is low for California gas.
It's true. Yeah,
last time $3.50, so $3. It's I haven't put gas like in 2 weeks, but yeah.
Me neither. That's why I don't even know because
that's
I haven't
the worst thing. That's the worst thing about it. If you bring this up, gas is super cheap, but I have nowhere to drive to.
Yeah.
I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, one tank of gas has lasted me like almost 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, because we've been in shelter, I think a whole month. And I've been working from home for like 4 weeks already. So I haven't moved my car like in 4 weeks. And I have to go back to work on Monday to move the rest of our team to remote. So I have to be there this week. So I'm like, I think I need gas. It's been like almost a month that I have to put gas in.
By now, I might need a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at least got to check before Monday morning when you have to go into work.
Yeah.
Hey, but plus no traffic, so you should be okay.
Yeah, no traffic. I just have to get used to waking up early and shower.
That's gonna be the weirdest part, I think, for all of us is like getting used to the routine of going back into the office.
Yeah.
Showering again.
Yeah, taking a daily shower. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't need to.
Yes, you do.
Nate and I are dirty bastards. Let's just put it that way.
I'm filthy, man.
Every day I have the same routine. I just like I'm going to work. Like get up, shower, do everything else like that. Because if I don't want to. I need to make sure like that I'm ready, and it helps me wake up honestly. But honestly, no, I think. Here's what the sad thing is. So Scott recently said it's going to be got a job and it's going to be working with me, but I don't think we're actually going to go back to work, Scott.
Yeah.
Remember? So that's what's going to be the interesting thing is.
So I might have some time.
Yeah. So
that's the crazy thing about all this is like the uncertainty of it all. You know, like nobody really knows when this is going to end. Everybody thinks, oh, it won't be so bad, but you really don't know.
Yeah, they've already said, like, when we start going back to work, like, my team probably won't be going back right away. They're going to do it in waves, like, gradual. That way they don't overwhelm and just still be doing social distancing or whatever, like, not sitting in every desk. It's like every other desk. So I'm not going back anytime soon. I know that.
Yeah.
As long as I have somewhere to go back to, I don't care.
True.
Exactly.
As long as I can keep my job.
Because not everyone
is still going to pay me. That's all I care about.
Everyone has that luxury right now to either have somewhere to go back to or they're still working. So I'll take what I got.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
So to my question, everyone has just been stuck in their house for a week and no one has done anything.
The weekly COVID update.
I do have to say I have used this time to get a lot of shit done around the house though that I've needed. I have called so many contractors to come and fix everything that's broken in the house. If I'm going to have to be here, I'm going to get everything up to snuff. I got new carpets. I got some drywall repaired. Like I am
nice.
Anybody who's not afraid to come into the house, I am calling over to have stuff done.
So two things. They're probably eager for the work, which is good. So might as well do it. And then have you had anyone who has been afraid to come into your house? Because we had an inspector come to do our 1 year inspection on this house. And that dude did not want to come inside. And this was like 2 weeks ago too. Like this was like when this is all kind of still new. He was very squeamish. He got in and out so fast. He did such a horrible job. We had to call somebody else back to do an actual good inspection. And that dude was here for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
So anyone have been scared, Scott?
So no one that was kind of scared. The one thing is using a moving company, right, to get ready for a move and everything. Normally they come in and look at all your stuff and like evaluate how much space they'll need on a truck, right? What size truck they need and everything. Yeah. Now what I had to do is they would not come in the house. So I actually had to go around each room and the closets and stuff and record a video, like, do the like. Yeah.
Like this is my
video
closet.
Around that and like spin in a circle in each room and take photos and stuff. So, and then upload them to the people so they could look at everything that was in the video and try to like, be like, oh, here's what we estimate your stuff at.
Yeah. It makes sense because people underestimate. Like they did that just when we moved like across town, right? Like our stuff barely fit in the truck, so it's super important.
But it was just very weird that was the one person that was really squeamish. That was like, we're not even going to come in your house. we're just going to have you take videos.
Gotta be safe, man.
Yeah, that was the only one that wasn't. The other ones were like, I don't care. Like drywall guy came in, was like, he went even to shake my hand. Like when I came in, I was like, nah, bro, you probably don't want to do that.
It's habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to break those habits. You know, I met somebody in my neighborhood, and I had to like restrict myself from not shaking their hand. Like, oh yeah, I don't want to touch you.
Well, I feel bad because I will tell you this. I got an interesting email from my work because apparently somebody went down to Florida that works with us, got infected, came back, had a happy hour with a bunch of other people who all then tested positive and showed up to our office. Now, I went before we were like forced to go work from home, I went into the office on one day because I had to get some stuff done while I was there. Guess what day those motherfuckers showed up and sit like near where we're at, the same goddamn day that I randomly chose to go into work. So I got the email to be like, hey, you're potentially infected. You probably want to isolate even more so.
Are you telling us you have corona, Scott?
You know what? I don't.
No,
because
that was like 312. You're good by now.
Yeah, by this weekend should be around my 14 days. Yeah. So, so they got a general email that came out, Larry, but then they sent one to people that were in the building that day that were like, yeah, you probably want to be real careful.
Yeah, but even still, I think it was like, it's been 2 weeks, dude.
It's just been 2 weeks. So if I would have had it, you guys would know. Yeah. I would not be here tonight.
I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah, I am safe. Mark's safe on Facebook or whatever it is.
So, anyway,
let's get to what we're at.
Well, otherwise we'll just talk coronavirus stuff all day.
So, we were talking about video games earlier. We got Josh back on the podcast this week. So if you guys don't know Josh, his name is at prime2da1st on Instagram. He makes some amazing 1/12 scale arcade cabinets. This is one of his most recent ones. This is Superman. Just crazy attention to detail. Josh, I really love how you updated these coin slots. These are 3D printed now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Really awesome. Super legit. He also makes all kinds of other props, crates, comics. What are you making? Movies. You do diodes. I mean, you do all kinds of stuff, man.
All sorts of little knickknacks.
Yeah.
So one of my coworkers, she saw my page, right, and she's like, "Oh, those are cute knickknacks." I was like, "I'm gonna sneeze on you now."
Yeah. So not knickknacks.
It sounds like something your grandma would have,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but Josh has been around for a long time, man. He's like the original guy that started doing these arcade cabinets. Now there's a few people that do it, but I always saw Josh doing it first. So kudos to him. He really kind of started a trend on Instagram and within the toy photography community. But he's been doing some amazing work. Please go check out his page on Instagram. We've got him here today because, me and Josh are good friends. He always shares little tidbits with me. I'm not going to steal any of his thunder, but we thought we'd get him back on, kind of see what he's working on nowadays, and maybe what can we look forward to in the future, Josh?
Yeah, so thanks for having me on. I was actually looking forward to it. Just sharing more ideas, just brainstorming, and just hanging out with you guys, shooting the shit for a little bit. Lately, what I've been kind of focusing on is just really collaborating with other artists and just getting them their insight, their feedback on how else they can use or how else can I push the limit of what I can make, right? So the 3D printing coin slot came from a different Instagram artist. He reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, can you 3D print this coin slot?" So I did that. There's a couple collaborations that I've been working on currently with two different Instagram people over there. So hopefully they'll be debuting the arcades I shipped out to them. There's a couple of new elements I'm introducing. So don't want to spoil the surprise, but it should be hopefully posting pretty soon. One of the collaborations is with Plastic Action Jax.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I'm excited for what he has in store. He reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, this is what I kind of have an idea of. Let's kind of make it happen." So I'm really stoked for that. I sent out his package. It got lost, and then he ended up finding it.
Oh, no.
The post office lost it, but he's like, "It's going quarantine because it's been lost for a couple of days." And then another collaboration I have going on is with Joe Malone. So I shipped him out something that should be really, really good. It's right up his alley. So he should be getting it any day now, and hopefully he posts that up pretty soon too. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, really big names in the.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing, just reaching out to different artists and, guys that me and Joe go way back. He was a huge supporter when I was solely focusing on dial making. So I've made him a couple of dials for him, and he reached out back to me. He's like, hey, how can I help you out some more? So we came up with a good idea.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, good for you. I mean, JC Malone, he's a huge name in the toy photography community. So is Plastic Action. He's probably one of the biggest influencers in the toy community. So kudos to you, man. You've been pumping out all kinds of orders. I've been really happy to see, you're getting a lot of traction. It looks like you're getting a lot of people that are purchasing arcades. So it's great to see you're growing and you're going places, man. I've always loved your work. So yeah, thanks for coming on.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. And then I changed some of the material too. So I think with that Superman one I sent you, I think I switched over from balsa to bass. So it should be a little bit heavier, should be a little bit thicker. So I'm using basswood now, and just trying to incorporate the 3D printer more. I mean, it's easy. I can 3D print the arcades all day long. One, it's a really lengthy process, but it takes all the fun out of it, right? The handcrafting. Now, I mean, I have like these mini sanders. So it's really like, I'm literally like, my brother's really handy. He's like, he builds bigger stuff, right? And he's like, it's actually harder to build on your scale because you have to pay attention to that detail. And it's so finite to not overpass when you're sanding something or when you're cutting something, you can ruin the whole entire piece. So I find it more like stress reliever, especially right now. I can just get lost in the garage for hours, and testing different materials. Like right now, I have this really, I should have brought it to, I have a special commission for a very particular game. Once I'm done with it, it's coming out pretty sweet. But now I'm introducing styrene sheets into the arcade. So I've been messing with styrene sheets all day long today. But it's a little different. It's an arcade I haven't tried yet, or I haven't debuted. So once I'm done with it, it's going to be killer, hopefully.
So I got to ask here, the milk crates that you have got, are those just 3D printed then?
Yeah, those are 3D printed. And then I think I started messing with like spray cans. I started 3D printing spray cans, and the briefcase that Black Mass comes with, the Mesco one.
Yeah.
I figured I got a blueprint to 3D print that, and I just finished it. It's sitting and just drying. So it came out perfect. I just need to incorporate the little light feature.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So that's going to be cool.
Hey, Nate, can you either bring up your Instagram or Josh's Instagram and share so that we
so we'll throw up
some pictures of it?
Yeah, just so you guys can get an idea of what we're talking about here, because there's been some people in the chat that have been wanting some pics. So let me show you what we're talking about with Josh's amazing work here.
And for anybody that's just the audio only, go on to when you get a chance, just go on to Nate's Instagram, which is at figurefan_Nate, or Josh's, which is at prime2da1st. And we'll throw those up in the description just so you can go and follow along.
Yeah.
So cool. So we got.
So you guys can see here, so this is one of the arcades Josh has done, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There's a shot of him sending out a bunch of TMNTs. You got the Turtles in Time and the classic TMNT.
So Nate, there's one that I want you to go down. Scroll down a little bit. There's the one I think is amazing.
Look, this is awesome too. This is like a full arcade.
Yeah.
Is this all one order, Josh?
Yeah, it was all one guy.
That reminds me of like the gas station arcades when we were growing up. Where the gas station got like 5 or 6 arcade cabinets and put them in the corner and was like, that's the arcade corner.
Yeah, that's the game corner, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like Walmart, or like when you go to Walmart with the blue walls, that's like that one little like cutout that they have the 6 machines.
What sells that though is the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. You know what's the funny part? I get so many DMs about that. They're like, can you make me the carpet? I'm like, it's just a Google image. Like I didn't do anything. I just printed it and slapped it on some paper like that.
Yeah, I think you sent me an image of that one-up arcade that you were doing, and it was on that carpet. I was like, dude, the carpet is awesome in this picture.
The carpet screams 90s arcade.
Yes. $10 $10 for the carpet.
Yeah, I think that's what I typed in, like 90s arcade carpet or something like.
It's
so, but go down. We're gonna go back to the DVD cases, but go down a little bit here.
Okay. What do you want to see, Scott? What do you want to see?
Keep going. I was looking at this earlier.
All the arcades right there.
That's awesome. It's amazing.
Got Rad Dudes, Street Fighter 2, RoboCop, Batman. I mean, that's one thing that's awesome about Josh. He's always switching it up, man. Like he could just make the same 3 arcades over and over again, but he's always adding new arcades and new stuff. That's the coolest thing about his work.
You got the G.I. Joe one now, but we're coming up on it here. It's past the milk crates.
Okay.
Oh wait, what's this?
What's the? Oh wait.
So this is a shot that I took of the Batman arcade. We got the NECA Michael Keaton and Superman here. I as soon as I get these arcades, I start doing shots of them. Like I can't not do shots. So I've been posting a ton of stuff. They're just really fun to use in shots.
Like if you keep the bad dudes is pretty cool. There you go, right there, left middle.
This one?
Absolutely amazing.
Terminator 2?
It's the Terminator 2 Judgment Day arcade with the machine guns. That thing is badass.
Yeah, the fact that you have the guns actually coming off here. Like, what did you...
How did you make it? Was that 3D printed or did you buy those from...
I had to buy those from somebody else. And I've been ordering like a ton of guns from this individual. And finally they're like, wait, you order so much of the same gun over and over. They're like, we'll like, I think I ordered 24 a couple months ago. Like every month I've been ordering about 24 or so. And so then I finally showed them a picture and they're like, oh man, that's killer. We'll give you like a discount because you're ordering in bulk.
Right. You're buying 1/12 scale guns in bulk. That is absolutely amazing.
I'm getting mini cargo shipments of my gun.
That's so cool.
One day you're gonna have to make them send you something in like a crate, just a teeny tiny wooden pallet crate.
It's crazy, man.
Pretty cool.
You got the Area 51 as well, which has the guns, right?
Yeah, that one does. It's down below. Let's go down a little bit further on the thing. As you can tell, I was scoping these out just a little bit.
This is cool, too. There. This is a recreation of a 1-Up arcade.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, and that's the one I have. That's the one I have in my... I used to have it in this room. I had to move it out and put it in the garage. And I created, like, the garage is like half my gym and half, like, my workshop. I built some workbenches on wheels and casters and stuff so I can move around. But I have that arcade in there, and I was just staring at it, and I was like, you know what? Let me try to recreate that. It's right here in front of me. And it came out pretty wicked.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jeremy has that one too. Yeah, see, Jeremy's got those 3 1-ups.
Nice.
So I basically flashed and re-ROMmed and skinned an X-Men arcade, and then I had the Marvel.
And with that Marvel superhero, I even cut out like the controller. It's the same way it's cut out on the 1-Up arcade.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it has that square template. I mean, it's like literally the exact replica. I was even going to make a little 1-Up stand for it.
So you don't have to reveal all your secrets here.
Like the riser, whatever you can get for it. Yep. You got to get that in the stool. You got to figure out a way to make the stool. But because I don't know if you've seen the Costco has the Mortal Kombat one that has a custom Mortal Kombat stool. You need to make that with the stool and the riser.
Yeah.
What always like? How do you don't have to reveal all your secrets here, but how do you get like you said the template for the control pad or like where the game pad is? Like how do you know the dimensions of all that and then how to scale it down? Like where do you find that information? Or do you kind of like measure it yourself? Or
I think I started measuring out because it was funny because I found some of my first arcades and they were just way too big. Like the scaling didn't work. So a lot of it is just scaling. Like you see that Deadpool, I just put the Deadpool next to them and I kind of scale it, trial and error, and I've gotten the measurements like down to memory. So I just know what size it should be, and it kind of it works out.
Yeah, because they always stack up really well next to figures. Whether it's a Mezco or a NECA. I even put it next to the DC Collectibles Super Sons pack, which those figures are usually pretty small. They look really good against the arcades. They always seem to fit into whatever scene I'm trying to make for them. The scale really works well.
Average height that I keep them, and it's about like right at 6 inches. So. And then you see like that one Area 51 picture right there where it's I'm holding the gun. So the challenge I had was with the Area 51 guns, I couldn't just glue the attachment right there and then put in the guns. The challenging part for a lot of photographers is getting those guns into the action figure's hands. The gun would either rip off the attachment or it would scrape the paint off. Like I had to make it really easy for photographers to put the guns in the action figure's hands and then set up the picture. So that way the picture could be more aesthetically pleasing, right? So I was like, okay, how can I make this really easy? So then they could do all the setup and then just the last part, just connect the connector and the gun with each other. So what I ended up doing was just drilling like a really, really tiny hole at the bottom of the gun. So it just slides in and out. You can place the gun in the action figure's hand and then connect everything just like snaps together. And it's a nice snug fit.
Dude, the fact that you even think about that is amazing. Like,
Right?
because that, I gotta say, that's frustrating when you get props and it's clearly something that it was quickly fabricated and wasn't really thought about very well. And you try to use it into a shot, you're like, this thing is fucking frustrating.
Yeah. And
damn it.
like the other part, I could do that. I could just whip something up and just shoot it out, and because I just want to make money off of whatever. But the whole making money thing, like I could care less about it. I'd rather deliver something that's quality and that's going to be able to be used rather than like just ship out arcades, right? So I had been working on Area 51 because it had been requested so much months ago, and I made one. The first one I made, it was like garbage, hot garbage. It was like just crap. So then I scrapped it. I did a whole different template. And then I was at this point where I had the guns and everything. And then when I went to go take a picture, the guns popped off the attachment. I got so pissed. I was like, if somebody would buy this for me and it would snap, that's it. I would not want to buy nothing from this person. So then I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's a better way of delivering a better product.
Yeah. And that's a way you can ensure, repeat customers too. Because you get somebody that really likes your product. You're like, man, he's thinking about how I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it in a shot. I'm going to come back to that guy every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Josh, have you? Yeah. A lot of the stuff that I said you have, like I said, a lot of arcades, a lot of cool arcades. Have you ever thought about like expanding? Like, I'm a huge pinball guy. Have you started kind of maybe even kind of experimenting, actually building like little pinball machines?
Yeah. So I have a template for a pinball machine, and then I have a template for an air hockey table.
Oh, nice.
So those are because pinball machines is the second most thing I get requested, and then somebody like about last month that I've been working with, they wanted me to take a stab at an air hockey table. So those are the next two projects I'm gonna try to dive into.
I'm gonna throw one more in to round out the arcade. I'm thinking like Peter Piper Pizza here. You need to make a skee ball.
Skee ball would be cool. I was thinking the Pizza Hut. The Pizza Hut like Pac-Man table, like the flat one with the two stools next to it.
I've been thinking about that too.
That would be cool.
How about old school whack-a-mole?
Yeah,
that would be cool too.
So you also need.
Josh is getting overwhelmed.
I'm just taking them all down.
Take them all down. Right. We're giving you ideas. You know what everyone really needs for their favorite drunken superhero is Golden Tee, the one arcade that's in every bar I've ever been to.
It's true.
That's definitely coming
up with the roller ball, right?
Yeah.
But even you do it.
Arcade's not even the only thing you're doing, like even here you can see you're kind of experimenting with buildings. I mean, you're always doing something different. Like here's a shield for Punisher.
I think it's really cool. I like the DVD covers that you have, like the cases and the comics. Those things.
Like Nate has a bunch of Josh's comics.
Yeah, those comics are amazing. Oh, here's some of the crates. So these are like the milk crates, which you said these are all 3D printed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're perfect. And these are great. I mean, they look just like they do in the picture, like really great detail up front, and the scale, like I said before, fits perfectly in shots.
So funny thing about that shot, I took that shot. And it's got like that perspective, tricky shot, right? And that one right there, right? So. My wife's like, hey, like she's like, where's the crates where I could put the recycle? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you put that picture of those crates in the backyard. Where are the crates at? And I'm like, so I showed her. She's like,
these are. I'm like, these are this tall.
Even the scale was messing with her. She's like, wait, those aren't real size?
She's like, where'd you get those crates from?
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Those are some old school milk crates.
I think when Nate was scrolling through, I saw a picture. Did you make like record albums too, like LPs that fit in their vinyl? I hadn't seen that picture before.
Right there. Go down, Nate. You just down. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. I'm like, I saw Rage Against the Machine poking out when Nate was scrolling through before too. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's somebody reached out and he was like, hey, I see you do comics, can you do records for me? And he sent me a bunch of albums, and I was like, yeah. And I'm like, you know what, I could do something a little bit more. I'll even do the record vinyl for you. And I didn't tell him. I just kind of let as a surprise. But when I was shipping them out to him, I sent him a picture of me holding the little record player or the record, and then inside was like the vinyl, and he was like just stoked. He was like, he wasn't expecting that at all.
So not only is it the cover, there's actually the record's actually inside of there.
Mm-hmm.
Now if you can only figure. Now, if you can only figure out a way to make them actually play on a little tiny record player,
and that's the thing, like even with the vinyls or the movies or the comics, like he won't just give you a random assortment. He'll actually ask you what specific ones you want, and he'll produce them for you.
Can I tell you that is an epic list of movies on there? We got Under Siege, Commando. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, True Romance.
Yeah, like True Romance. Let's see. We got Halloween, The Shining, and Friday the 13th. Was that part 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, part 1. Yeah. On that one. Yeah. So
good mix.
Good. That is an epic DVD list there.
Here's some more, right? Some more DVDs of Marvel cartoons.
Back in the day. Yeah.
X-Men animated series. Got the Spider-Man here. Fantastic Four. I mean, these are awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember when I saw him post some crates once, and I was like, "Hey, I need some of those crates." Let me add some comics onto that. So he's like, "Tell me which 12 ones." And seriously made every single one that I asked for. It was crazy.
Go ahead, Josh.
No, then that's funny because the crates and like the comics, they come in waves. Like the comics and crates, I used to make like a long time ago, even with other props like barrels and dioramas. I used to make them all the time. But then like either I forget to post them or just the community forgets about them. And it takes 1 or 2 people, because then after Nate requested them and somebody else, like I've been making crates for, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks straight. I was just shipping out like a bunch of crates and then comics, right? So I just made up a ton of comics right now. Now the crate thing has kind of died out, but then I'll get requests all like, hey, you got some crates too, right? Like, or people will tell me, send me a list of everything you can make. And I'm like, just tell me what you want. I'll make it. Because it'll be easier. The list will be so lengthy.
Oh, those spray cans are awesome.
These spray cans are really sweet.
Yeah. So, Nate, you're going to have to go to your Instagram for this.
Okay.
But there's something that I think Josh had made for you, specific for you. That goes up, and I see it in that picture right there. There's something in the background that I really enjoy of that video or that picture.
Hell yeah. So this is a shot of my Instagram with all of this stuff you can see in this photo is made by Josh. So he made the Batman arcade, the Superman arcade, all the comics here. You can see the crates. And then he also, without even telling me, threw in the STS Guys Podcast picture, which is really easy to put up. It's just you put some tape on the back. You can put it on the back of anything. It works great. So I've been trying to use it a lot in shots. It's a really cool feature.
That's awesome.
But I mean, everything here is from Josh.
Like, but I mean, like you could do movie posters, or the first thing I thought of was like old school, like Michael Jordan poster or something too. Like I feel like people would be into kind of those 90s like throwback sports stuff too.
Oh my God. So you talk about throwback 90s sports things. Can I derail this conversation for a second? So in getting ready for new carpet to be in the floor, right? I had to take everything out of every room and then bring stuff back in like later. And so I realized my daughter has tons of crap, right? Like I don't throw anything away. She has all these old toys. So I was going through it. In there, I found, do you remember the door hangers back in the day that are the flags that you'd like hang at the top of your door for like a basketball player or whatever? Like, so I found one of those for a Phoenix Sun player. And my daughter's like, I don't know where any of us got this. I thought those things died out in like the 90s, but apparently there was still one. This particular person must have been sponsored because he was holding a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Maybe it was like a giveaway thing then.
I think it was.
Yeah.
But it's something, it's like a flag that has two things and you hang it on your door and it's like down to the person's like shin because they're like 8 feet tall and they're bigger than most doors. And like you hang it there. Like, it's before the whatever.
No, definitely a giveaway.
Giveaway thing.
But I see where you're going because it had the height too, right? So when you're a little kid, you can be like, "Look, I'm 4 feet tall now," but Michael Jordan's 6 feet tall. Yeah.
So it was kind of like that, but this dude just holding
milk because it was sponsored by the milk producers of Arizona or whatever.
Right. It's like a Got Milk campaign or whatever.
It's got the cool mustache.
And I was like, "Where the fuck did this come from?" It's like. I don't go to the basketball games here.
No,
I don't think my daughter's ever been to one.
Yeah,
I was like,
maybe
where
she
did
got
we
it
get
at
this?
school or something.
Maybe I don't know.
It's random. We had a question in the chat before we move on to the next thing. Manny Night Bodega asked if you have ever made custom cabinets like with logos on it. Manny and a lot of our friends are big into Funko, so his example was like Funko's mascot's Freddy Funko, kind of like Gomez's from Mezco, right? So he's like, have you ever thought of making like a Freddy Funko custom arcade thing, so like fantasy, right? That somebody sends you ideas and you develop. Have you done anything like that?
No, and that's really like part of where I'm at right now. This whole part with collaborating with different artists. I was also reaching out to like different graffiti artists, and I know that I'm talking to 2 different like actual individuals that paint on canvas, and I'm gonna send them like blank cabinets, and then they can kind of decorate it, with their logo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like ones you already made, right? Like the physical ones that they would paint on. That would be cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I was thinking like first when you said like send them something, I was thinking you just sent them like the template, like Nate's got up on the screen then. And they could digitally draw it and then you could remake it. But if you're doing like one of a kind ones, that's even more cool.
The timing on this is genius too, Josh. I gotta say, because you got that new G.I. Joe line coming from Hasbro. Yeah, he's gonna be great with that.
Yep. But like
I almost. Oh, go ahead, Larry.
I was going to say, like, even like a Gomez one would be cool. I'm sure a lot of the Mezco people, if you could come up with some Gomez art that would fit on a cabinet, people would probably eat that up.
Yeah, that G.I. Joe one, I just finished it today because it's going to be incorporating some of the newer things I'm trying to introduce to the arcades. It's going to take it to the whole next level.
I can't wait, man. That's so awesome.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about arcades is there was one for everything. Yeah. Right. From G.I. Joe to Ninja Turtles to Batman. Like there's literally an arcade game for everything.
Everyone who grew up in our generation knows several arcades. They're like, I love this arcade.
Oh,
like, this arcade is amazing.
And I feel like Josh has made cabinets for all the ones I could ever even possibly think of. And
there's still one that I'm holding out for. And I will send it out to you. Jeremy knows which one this is. I mentioned it. It is the Die Hard cabinet.
Oh yeah.
The Die Hard game that has nothing to do with the Die Hard movie. Is
do you get like random requests all the time, Josh? Like, hey, can you make me this? Can you make me that?
Yeah, and sometimes they'll be like really off the wall. It's just too specific where I'm like, that's crazy. I'm going to spend so much time. It's not going to be worth it. Because
it's got to be at least something that more than 2 people remember.
Yeah.
Because sure, maybe it's an arcade that meant a lot to me that for whatever reason I was really into. But if you could only sell one, it's not worth your time necessarily to research it.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right. So I've been waiting to talk about this thing. We got a few minutes left. So I want to shift here because last week Jeremy brought up a TV show that we all needed to watch. All of us knew about it, but we're like, nah, I'm not going to touch that. Jeremy convinced us all to watch it. We're going to talk. We have to talk Tiger King here for a little bit. Josh, I know that we even texted you to be like, you're going to be on. You need to watch this. You need to watch this thing. So can we please talk about Tiger King? Because holy shit.
I think is a look at my screenshot.
Nice Tiger.
I was watching. I was like, "What?
Lion.
Watch this?"
Yeah, that's perfect.
So, Jeremy, can I? I have a gripe to you.
Yes.
You surprisingly, after your description, you undersold the glory that is this show.
Well, like I said, you have to discover it for yourself. Like it's almost like it's like rite of passage in a journey. Like if you have a Netflix membership, you need to have watched this show. Yeah. And just to foreshadow, like I said, how epic this show is. Like I said, there's one of us, like I said, that's on this podcast that, like I said, if he doesn't like something, he'll just won't watch it ever again. But managed to actually watch every single episode.
I think you're talking about me, Jeremy.
The fact that Larry made through the entire season is amazing.
All 7 episodes.
I did.
That's a tough.
I will admit it got a little slow around episode 3, but then it came roaring right back, and it was strong.
No,
all the
so
way to the
episode
end.
3 is what Funko's with Chris is talking about with Carol Baskin.
Maybe
who flat out, can we say Carol Baskin did indeed feed her husband to some tigers? Because a few episodes later, she's like, "Oh, if you want them to like eat somebody, you just rub them with sardine oil." I'm like, bitch, you know, you just told us how you did it. You wouldn't know that unless you thought of this.
All right, can I just pause before we continue this conversation, just to kind of like foreshadow how epic this show is. So all of this was filmed before the dude even did the murder for hire. So like I said, just the fact that he had, like I said, just the fact that it built up to that is amazing. This was shot 5 years ago.
Yeah, and you mentioned it when you were trying to sell us on it last week. Like the whole thing was kind of an accident too. Like they explained at the very beginning, right? The guy, the documentary guy, was following around doing some snake stuff, and the guy pulls up with a snow leopard in the back of his van, and it just all went from there. Like it was just this amazing accident that just happened and turned into one of the greatest stories of all time.
Yeah, and if OJ's saying Carol Baskin did it, she fucking did it. Like, I'm sorry, but okay.
Hold on.
Whoa!
Special shout out to the chat. We got a comment here from Drew who says, "I want to rub date in sardine oil."
Wow. We all, Drew, we all do.
What's up, Drew? Thanks for joining.
Why do you think Nate's here?
Shout out to Drew.
Hi, Drew.
Just don't feed me to tigers, but you can rub me in the sardine oil.
Yeah. So look, the girl gets her arm ripped off in the episode, and what does he? And what does Joe Exotic first do? He doesn't go to help.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
I'm not going to financially recover from this.
The first thing he says.
But he runs in and goes and gets his EMT jacket,
the
leather bomber coat, and then goes to help.
I noticed that too. He was ready.
Yeah.
That I'll never financially recover for this. That's a meme that'll never die.
Yeah.
That's just here now.
Can we all talk about one thing? Can we all talk about Doc and his multiple wives, like Colt?
You mean his 14-year-old wives?
Just in general, tiger people. This show taught me that anybody that collects tigers are fucking nuts, because all of these people they cover are just a little crazy, a little out there.
Yeah. So there's like 10,000 tigers in America or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Carol Baskin, Jeff Lowe, Joe, that other guy, they're all just nuts.
Yeah. They're all insane. So back in the day, I used to work down in Yuma, right? I lived down there for a little bit. It's a shithole. But there was a dude that we would drive by his house all the time, and he had 2 tigers in his fucking backyard. Like he had like a little enclosure for 2 tigers in his backyard. I want to go now back and meet that guy just to be like, or is everybody fucking batshit insane?
So after watching this entire show, how bad do you want a spinoff with the guy from South Carolina? I want an entire documentary on that dude. So the dude with like the 5 wives.
Oh yeah,
the Doc
Antle.
Doc Antle,
yeah, who basically runs a cult.
Yeah, the sex cult around himself.
Hey, it's not a cult. Those 14-year-old girls can leave whenever they want.
They can leave, and he'll just have them legally change their name.
God, and they're all hot too.
Yeah, is that the power of a duck? Because here's the thing that I thought after watching this movie, and at a certain point he said something, and I was like, it blew me away.
Was it the balls part?
No, the balls part also did get me, but yeah, true. I fucking Josh already knows. You've been on here twice, and you already know how to rip me. No, it was the fact that he's like, "How much would a baby tiger cost?" He's like, $2,000 to $5,000. I'm like, "Fuck! I could have had a tiger for $2,000." Like, had I known this, I would be a tiger owner.
It's true.
You'd have a 300-pound tiger in your living room.
Right, and then you just make the deal with Walmart to get their expired meat, and you can just feed them.
Hey. Before I said you feed the expired meat to the cats, all the meth addicts have to go through the meat first and pick out what they want. They get fried.
Well, then they use it for pizza later on. Yeah, use it for the pizza later.
Cafe.
So anybody that hasn't watched the show, And there's a literal meat truck that comes from Walmart that is meat that has been returned from the cashier or was left out.
They can't sell it.
They can't resell it because it's quote unquote bad meat. So they deliver this meat to the zoo that these guys live at. And these guys go through it and they eat it for themselves. They cook it on
refrigerated truck, by the way. Like, did anybody notice that truck was just like a U-Haul truck? Yeah, it's that just reels up.
No, because the guy even mentions, he's like, hey, this is a really good item. It's still frozen.
And when they're dumping it out, there's all that juice coming out. Yeah. That thing's just been soaking in salmonella.
Yeah.
It's so gross, man.
So Tyler says, okay, so would any of you guys eat the expired Walmart meat pizza?
Oh, episode 150, we're going to make Scott an expired Walmart pizza.
It may be Scott's last episode.
Yeah, it might be the last one as I die from eating that shit.
So Night Bodega said something that I wanted to talk about real quick. There's talk that there's going to be another episode, and it's covering all the reveals about Jeff Lowe. So if you haven't watched the show, it kind of ends with the focus now being on Jeff Lowe because Joe got put in prison for 25 years.
The guy is trying to have Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
Killed.
But but then Joe Exotic ratted everybody out.
Yeah.
So what I want to know is what happened with Doc, because the last one of the last lines on the thing is like his thing was raided by the FBI. I'm like, where's the documentary on that?
Yeah, in December 2019, which was really recently.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, man.
Yeah. He's got an Instagram. It's a Doc Anal. He's still posting. I don't see anything about
pull it up, Nate. Pull it up.
Pull it up. All right.
Pull it up. So while Nate's pulling it up, can we just go around and just name our favorite part from this documentary series? Scott obviously wants to go first. So.
The dude at the end who's randomly like, hey, I got this jet ski. Can you please include me jet skiing for no reason? The jet ski scene.
Rocky something.
I laughed so hard at that, except what is happening right now?
Yeah, so for me, it was the fat dude with the long hair.
Yeah.
Who looks
the FBI informant guy.
The FBI informant guy who's riding a jet ski for no reason. And no intro we caught him at the beach. He just shows a video of him on a fucking jet ski.
Yeah, for no reason at all.
So when I saw that, I immediately got flashbacks to Eastbound and Down when his jet ski.
It's 100%, yeah.
So this is the Doc Antle Instagram page, and this is the guy that's in North Carolina, right?
He's he's the sex cult guy. Because I mean, look at him with that monkey. You know that you want all them ladies to.
He's reading a book to a monkey here.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, here's a post from 14 hours ago, so this account's still pretty active. But the truth behind the Netflix series.
Oh, so look, lessons in creative video editing. That dude is trying to say that the documentary was fake. Yeah. He's that's fake news. I don't have a sex cult.
Well, this totally ruined the reputation of any guys associated with these kind of zoos because it really put the limelight on, what they're doing and just the craziness of it all.
The fact that he's that dude euthanizes baby tigers.
Here's the thing. So I don't think it ruins it, so to say. It shines. It's that slight little dip, and then it'll be busier than ever. It's kind of like Blackfish. Everyone basically said, hated on SeaWorld forever, but SeaWorld's still busy as ever. People are still going to SeaWorld.
Yeah, and now it's a tourist thing, man. Yeah, right? I want to go to the zoo that this guy owns. Yeah, for sure.
So if I ever find myself in South Carolina, I am gonna try to look up.
You're going.
I know I'm gonna.
You're gonna go. You're gonna go cub pet or whatever.
I'm gonna go pet some fucking baby tigers. Hell yeah, I am.
Tiger.
So Scott said his favorite round. So let's go to special guests real quick. Josh. So Josh, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was the at the funeral when he was like, he every time I was down, he put his balls on my face. Cue the music. I'm gonna sing a song.
Yeah.
What? Hey, did we all just?
He added the other part too. He's like, if you work here, you've all seen his balls. I'm like, how often is this dude just whipping them out?
Nate was a good guy. We all use our balls. Cue the music.
So So I actually work with somebody that has the same last name, so I had to be like, are you potentially related to the dude from Tiger King?
Yeah, that to me, I was laughing so hard.
That was like Travis, right? The husband.
Yeah.
Actually, both the husbands. That was going to be that was my favorite part, right? He just showed up, and Joe was like, "Hey, man, you gay?" Like,
Yeah.
no.
He's like, nah.
Like they're like little wieners or big wieners. I'm like, big ones. Like, ain't that straight? Like, all right. That was my favorite part. How he just lured these straight guys into being his husbands, but with drugs and money and guns and trucks.
So before you guys go through, can I bring up Tyler's epic part was the Joe Exotic music videos, the one about the hunters not shooting the tigers.
Amazing.
All right, Nate. What about your favorite part?
We've already kind of talked about it. My favorite part was where that girl got her arm bit off, and the first thing he thought about, how he couldn't financially recover.
Yeah, and she came back to work within 7 days.
Yeah. First off, that girl should have sued his ass.
Yeah, if you kind of if you kind of meaty stump, I don't think going back to the place where the things that ate the first part of it, is probably a good idea. Like they're probably swilling you, being like, "All right, now you're really dinner.
Got a taste."
Yeah, I got a taste.
You can tell,
the
like,
whole thing.
Right when it happens, he says something like, "Oh, well, she put her hand in the cage." Like he's trying to shift blame to her, like almost immediately. Yeah, that's like a total shitbag.
Oh, totally.
So
what was yours, Jeremy?
Is what convinced you that this guy was a shitbag?
That was episode 1.
Well, that was like the first thing that I got on him.
All right, Jeremy, what's yours? Because I got a second one that I need to bring up.
So my favorite part was honestly probably like I now know basically where the story of Scarface came from because of that one.
Yes.
He was basically that one dude was basically Tony Montana. Like he's like oh yeah, the circular saw. Yeah, it was in the room and like so then
yeah, right. Like he didn't say it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, he literally was like, I can't say I didn't do anything because I was standing in the room. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, so he wasn't Tony Montana, but he was the other guy standing.
Yeah, he's the one that was watching him going, yeah.
Yep.
That guy was trash, man.
Well, then honestly, except my other favorite part though was I didn't find out until now that Larry watched the entire thing, just because I feel I am now successful in recommending a show to Larry where he actually was entertained enough to watch the entire thing.
I told you I did pause after I don't know, episode 3 or 4, but yeah, I'm glad I finished it. It just got more crazy from there because like we didn't even talk about like he ran for president, sort of. He full on ran for governor, and then they basically set him up. And right, I feel like he was totally set up, right?
Yeah. So
can all his friends abandon him?
Can we talk about the fact that he got 2 straight guys to be his husband? And actually had one of them get the tattoo like property of Joe Exotic.
Yeah. like I was always straight.
Yeah, he's like, I love
no, because they were they're hooking up with the girls.
Yeah, and he's
like, I was always straight.
Yeah, I was always straight, but I do like me some pink camos.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the sad part too, because that one guy, he was addicted to drugs. The Joe guy kept giving him drugs, giving him money. Giving him
a place to stay.
Yeah, a place to stay.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, spoiler alert, but this guy was like depressed. He ends up like accidentally, quote unquote, shooting himself in the head. Yeah. I mean, that's a really tragic story.
Yeah. And you don't see the actual thing, but you see the other dude, and you see the flat gun flash.
Yeah.
Like they got some great video in this of of things of like, how the hell did they get all this footage? But this guy is just crazy enough. We're filming him 24/7 is probably a good idea.
No, a lot. So here's the thing. So Joe wanted to be filmed nonstop. Yeah. So even before the documentary took place, so once they came in with the documentary, said a lot of this footage was basically just people was filming because Joe wanted to be filmed nonstop. Because he's like, hey, I want to put this on Joe Exotic TV.
The jokes on TV.
Yeah.
Because he had his own little TV show that he ran on YouTube.
Yeah. And then
I honestly think we should do an entire podcast episode. We should watch an episode of Joe Exotic TV and do basically a commentary.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm down. I am 100% down.
Well,
we're definitely doing that.
That one TV producer guy showed up before this documentary started, right? He was trying to make a reality show of it, but then Joe burned that entire building down with the evidence, right? There was some evidence in there, and he just ruined all that guy's work and then kicked him off his property. It was,
right. So for anybody who hasn't seen it, clearly, here's the way I describe this whole thing. This is like a weird movie or like TV series that somehow played out in real life. Like
That's
everything about
right?
Yeah,
They're all
like,
real life. Like these are people you see at Walmart. So
like if I describe this to you, you'd be like, "This is a weird TV show." It'd be like, "This fucking happened." Like,
and another thing we didn't mention, the fact that he's like shooting guns in the air all the time, like that was making me stressed out every time I saw him doing that.
Yeah,
like he's just randomly firing guns at people.
Tyler brought up the other random moment that made no sense, right? We talked about the guy in the jet ski. Tyler says, why did they interview that one guy in the bathtub? The guy who supposedly went to Florida to kill Carol Baskin. Like all of a sudden, he just kind of gets in the bathtub and keeps going on with the interview, wearing shorts and stuff.
It was so distracting. I couldn't even listen to what he was saying because I was looking at him in the bathtub and in the bathroom.
Why is this guy fully clothed in the bathtub?
Yeah. Why were you like, why should I just get in the bathtub right now? I don't know. So
I love how he actually accepted the money and was like, I'm gonna get this guy and then went partying with the money.
Apparently I chickened out. Yeah. Okay, buddy. You set up Joe, man.
Yeah.
Free Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
I'm on Cardi B. I'm on Team Cardi B. Like we got to do something.
It's clear like Jeff Lowe and that dude conspired to like get it because they got together to make sure their story was straight before they went to talk to the FBI. Yeah, they set up Joe.
Joe wasn't innocent, but they kind of he made it easy for them to paint the picture that he was trying to kill her.
On a complete side note, though, did you see that Joe has the Rona?
Yes, I know, right?
Joe has the Rona.
I feel
the Rona got him.
Yeah, I feel like the two things that are defining my coronavirus stay-at-home thing right now is Animal Crossing and Joe Exotic, and Joe's got coronavirus. Like how like perfect is that? I mean, I hope he's okay.
That sounds horrible.
But like
that dude is. We're not going to see much of Joe in the future.
No, like I think he might die, guys. This is the end of Joe's stories. He gets
Larry's going Mr. Burns over there.
I'm watching him, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, as you guys can tell, we loved Tiger King. It's like anything else, unlike anything else you're gonna watch on Netflix. So go check it out. You will you'll be really surprised with what you find there.
Yeah. So my wife says also Joe is actually like super proud of the TV show apparently. So
I read that. I mean, he's
genius
excited that he's popular.
Yeah.
Of course, supposed to be raking in the dough right now.
Of course, he's happy that he's popular. If you watch the show, that makes 100% sense.
Did you see that? I guess the Florida whatever police are getting a bunch of tips now about Carol Baskin's missing husband.
Yeah, they should watch this documentary, and you'll be like, "Bitch, you killed your husband."
Yep. So maybe she'll get busted too. That would be
amazing.
Well, the whole thing's not really explained very well, and it makes her look pretty guilty, and then it just kind of moves on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the end of the story. Dude got ate by a tiger. There's nothing left.
Yeah. Sorry, there's no body because the tigers, as Joe explains, they will dissolve bone. So
makes sense, man. Man, that guy was crazy though. All those videos of him talking about killing Carol. Man, they made it so easy to set him up.
Yeah. Was Joe Dirt off this guy? It had to be, right?
Probably pretty close.
Sure seemed like it.
Like, I mean, Joe Dirt. I mean, if this guy was around for a long time, so I gotta think. I mean, the blonde hair, the mullet, the kind of the country twang,
the earrings, singing the country music with machine guns.
I swear to God, Joe Dirt was based
to
on
be
this
fair,
guy.
His music isn't that bad.
It's not bad. No, he's actually like I wouldn't. You could tell me that was from any other country person. I'd be like, all right,
yeah.
He gets they're singing about tigers now.
might have to disagree
Here,
a little bit,
kitty.
But, you know.
The best one is the one where he got the Carol Baskin lookalike to feed
to feed the tiger her husband in the video.
The mannequin of the husband to the tiger.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hey, that's not the only time that he busted out a mannequin. Remember, he also busted out the mannequin when he was going to target practice. He's like, "Yeah, this is Carol. I'm gonna put her by the leg. I'm gonna blow her up with some tannerite."
Yeah.
It was on his show, and he had the doll right there, and he fired his gun off right in the studio.
It's like bang. Like Like fucker, that's in a building. You don't just pull out a gun and shoot.
I could go through the wall if you know.
Right? He's like, I'm doing this with all stuff you can just buy at Walmart.
Yeah, I was to say, like, it's not. I'm not really that worried about it going through the wall. I'm worried about the tinnitus that you're going to get from being in that close of a room firing a gun.
Go watch Tiger King.
Yes, for anybody to go through, like what we're talking about is crazy stuff, and it all is true. Like that's the worst thing.
Yeah,
go watch the show. I give it a 5 out of 5. I'm sorry, like it was probably one of my favorite documentaries I've seen in a really long time.
Mm-hmm. It was really good.
It showed me things that I've never seen before.
Yeah,
it was pretty amazing.
Never would have thought.
The twists, the turns.
I didn't even know it existed. Didn't even know it existed.
Well, and here's the thing. So if you didn't know that this was a true story, you think this is got to be a mockumentary.
No way.
This has got to be a mockumentary.
No way.
And the fact that
it's come up with a story this good, man.
Yeah, the fact that it's true, it just makes it 100 times better.
Yeah, that's the
that's it. Floors me that you're like, okay, this has to be the end of the story, and they're like, but there's more. You're like, where the fuck else is going to happen here?
Yeah.
Tyler says eventually we'll get a movie, so maybe that's the next step.
Yeah. I saw that they're
working. Right, who plays Joe Exotic? I vote
David Spade. Didn't he play Joe Dirt?
I actually vote Christopher Walken.
He's way too old now.
He's too old.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Somebody horrible.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd plays Joe Exotic.
Nicolas Cage.
Okay. All right. Nicolas Cage should work. Nicolas Cage should work. And he's just got the right amount of crazy to make it.
Yes.
Make it there. But I mean, at that point, I'd be like, can we just let Joe out of jail to play himself?
No. So Nicolas Cage is Joe, and then the two boyfriends are Paul Rudd and Chris.
Chris Pratt. And we just have to take all of Chris Pratt's teeth out, though.
Worth it.
Oh, it's funny. Heather brings this up in the chat, but there are actually celebrities that want to play the role of Joe Exotic in a movie. Dax Shepard. Dak would be actually
pretty good.
Edward Norton said that he's interested. David Spade.
There we go.
Paul Rudd actually did say that he was interested as well.
I got it. No, so you know how we get this movie and we get it to actually be as authentic as possible. We just basically take all of the cast of Jackass and basically make.
Yeah.
So you have Steve-O, you have Johnny Knoxville.
Steve-O would make a good husband.
Steve-O would make a good husband.
Husband number one. Yeah. The straight guy with no teeth that gets he gets a tattoo covered up, but only covers up part of it. He's like, I still want some of the words to be read.
I still want to remember the good times.
Still remember the time. And before I knocked up the receptionist when I was married to the owner.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
3-way wedding.
Netflix gold. All right. Go watch it. Enough hearing from us. Go out there and see it yourself.
Okay. Larry.
And while you're at it, please go check out prime2da1st on Instagram. If you're interested in any of the arcades, any of the comics, anything that you saw on the podcast, send him a DM, and he will probably make it for you. Yep. So thanks for being here, Josh. Thanks for letting us peek into the madness, man. We love your work.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and check us out on Instagram and Twitter at STS Guys, and we're also on Facebook at the STS Guys. I made it short this time because I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling like a villain.
Sort of.
Abbreviated. But important. you're sitting at home, you know you need some Funko Pops, go to shumistore.com, enter code STS Guys, you're going to save 10%. An animated apparel company, even though they're not shipping out stuff right now, they're still the best. So go to animated apparel company, get yourself a cool hat like Scott's wearing, get yourself a licensed t-shirt, enter code STS Guys, you're going to save 10%, and you're going to get free shipping. Animated apparel company, it's the best.
It's the best.
Oh, baby.
All right.
That goes with Chris. I love how he says it before we say it.
Yeah.
In the
He
Also,
does know.
Real quick, just want to give out. So
Yes.
I wanted to give out another shill here, just because I think it's something that's super cool, super important, and honestly, kind of like super exciting. So they're actually, except with all the kind of conventions getting shut down because of COVID-19,
Because the Rona.
So our friend over at Chuckload of Comics has basically, with a couple other kind of individuals, put together an online Comic-Con. And so you would think like, hey, you know what, online Comic-Con, you know, that's kind of loosely organized. Like I said, how good can that be? Like, it's actually getting pretty good. Like I said, there's actually going to be live streams with special guests. So Kevin Smith is going to be on there. So we're gonna, Clark Gregg is going to be on there. So there's some DC artists. There's some Marvel artists that are on there. Like I said, it's growing out to be a huge one. So also major Marvel artist Boss Logic is going to be on there. So something you definitely want to check out. It's going to be a 2-day festival online. So go to mainframecomiccon.com for all of the details. So mainframecomiccon.com for all of the details.
And it'll be online April 25th and 26th. They haven't said where yet, but they just made a YouTube channel, so you can search them up on YouTube too.
Yeah, so.
And that's what, April 25th and 6th, right? Is when that thing is going on. Yeah, so April 25th and 26th, though, end of this month.
Yeah, so see some, so stop by, see special guest Kevin Smith, like I said, many others as well. So definitely something you want to check out. I think they're also doing some online comic auctions as well. So
yeah, I saw that with Chicago Comics, and those artists are going to be doing live sketches and stuff too. So I mean, you know, you're not doing anything that Saturday and Sunday. So I'll be sharing it out here as it gets closer. But yeah, Mainframe Comic-Con. I want to say it's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best. We just really ripping off that logo or that song.
But here's the thing: it can actually be the best because everything else is getting canceled. So
it's true, man.
It is the best. It will be the best Comic-Con I've seen all spring.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
So Jeremy,
good night.
Take us out.
All right, yeah, everyone. So for episode 127, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, it's been Nate.
And I'm Scott.
And special thanks to our special guest, Josh, for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
All right. And we are the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Lumpkin.
Bye.
Lumpkin.